going on, guys? It is, well, I don't have a watch, but it is June 28th, and I am pretty tired. Had to work overtime this week and had Fairbank days. I had Fairbank Island days this week also, and we had fireworks last night, my boy's birthday party. On cue, my bird clock. Uh, So had my boy's birthday party today and parade this morning up there at Fairbank, and it's been an exhausting week. But I got something to show you, and it is a new mold that my dad got me from Do It Molds, and we're going to be working on the one jig that rules them all. That's what I'm going to be titling it this week. So this jig mold here, it's nothing new that Do It came out with or anything. It's just I've been doing some research for some crappie stuff, better hookups for crappie. Also, this will help with that life scope deal that everybody's been going after. And so this mold here, it's going to be a killer. So because I believe that Do It came out with something a while back that they didn't know could really help with that life scope deal. Also, they did know about this, that better hookup ratios, stuff like that. So stick along with me, and I'll give you guys a hint of what this is going on. So I got the lead pot melting right now, so we're gonna get right after. So I'll show you right now. So this mold here, this is the Bat Jig from Do It Molds. They made this back a while back, came out with it. Not 100% sure on why they call it the Bat Jig. I mean, it's a goofy name, but whatever. I mean, I would called it something different. But so right here, if you see on their cover, this is what the jig looks like, and you can actually tie on if you want to do marabou, if you want to do bucktail, feather, whatever. You can tie stuff on, and it comes in assorted sizes from 1/32 all the way up to 1/4 of an ounce. And also, what's awesome about this is that it comes with, you can add the wire keeper if you want to onto this. So you can go ahead and add this on. And this mold only takes the Do It style wacky jig hook. And so what's going to be awesome about this is the Do It style wacky jig hook. So if you take a look here, it's meant for wacky rigging, but they went ahead and fabricated this jig to take the jig, take this wacky rig hook, and this is what makes this pretty freaking awesome, is that, oh, I lost it. But anyway, what's really cool about this is that from the hook point to the eye, it's shorter, so there isn't much gap to this eye to the hook point itself. And so you're going to have better hookup ratios for this hook. You're going to have better hookup ratios with that crappie. So this is what I'm saying, is that this jig is the one jig to rule all jigs for crappie fishing. So, and what's really cool about this mold is that you can also add 3D eyes to this and make it your own style. So, and you can have a bigger profile for this Bat Jig to 1/4 of an ounce. So this is really going to help with that live scoping that everybody is talking about, really crazy about, is when you find that school of crappie or school perch or whatever that you're going after. This jig is going to really show off in that sonar capabilities. Yes, tungsten is better. You can get a better visual with tungsten, but it's hard to, well, it, you can't really melt down like at home. You're gonna have to have something that's gonna create a lot of heat for tungsten in order to melt down and form up. But lead is pretty much the only way you can melt down at home. So you're just gonna have to go ahead and use lead. But you have that bigger profile, or you have this 1/32 style jig, and well, if you want to fish with that, fish with that, but you will still be able to see that. And once you start messing with the features on your sonar, you'll be able to see that 1/32 pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna melt some, pour up some bat style, because when I did my research and everything for what is a really good jig for crappie, it all came down to this bat jig. I mean, it all came down to it, because I really like the idea of using that wacky style hook to this jig. And I mean, for me, I have a feeling this is going to be the jig to use for crappie. So we're going to go ahead, pour this up, and I also got some new powder that we're going to try out too from Do It. And I got the Disco Silver, the brand new came out, and this came out a while back, but it's Electric Shad. So we're gonna pour some of that up, and we're gonna throw it in the oven too. So let's go ahead, get this made. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some of these hooks in, and they're really tiny hooks, guys, real tiny hooks. So we got one there. We're going to pour up the quarter. We're going to add some more. We're just going to go all the way down the line. And while I was at Do It, I never really knew. I mean, I packaged up a lot of bat jigs, and I always thought it was some goofy mold somebody came up with and all that. But after doing my research and everything, I was like, dang, I should have grabbed one of these molds when I worked there. And you know, kind of disappointed in myself, and I never really gave the bat jig any thought to using it. But one of those deals, you know, ignorant and all that stuff. And I molded quite a bit of these molds too when I was there. So, and I always thought it was some goofy mold, and we sold a bunch of these when I was there, and I'm pretty sure they still sell a bunch of them. I mean, this mold is made in 24, because if you look here, they have the date and the letter for the month. So, and when you take a look at your molds, that's when you can tell when it was made, is the year numbers there, and then the month. And that month, January always starts out with A, February's B, and all that. So that's when you can tell the year and the month of when it was made. So, and these molds should last you a lifetime. So, but these wire keepers are kind of a pain to put in. So I'm going to go ahead and set you off somewhere, put you in a different position, and you can view it here, so that way I can get a better view of this. Alright guys, we got all the hooks in place here, so we're going to go ahead, close it carefully, because these will move around on you. And go ahead and make sure that it's sealed up. As you can tell, there is no open gaps at all. And then we'll go ahead and set this on top and heat it up, so that way go set it up on top of there on the lead pot so it all heats up nice, and hopefully nothing moves or anything in there, and we'll be able to pour. So we'll be right back and go ahead and get to pouring. Then we go pour these up. Alright, let's take a look at what these look like. Alright, some of them came off over on this side. Some of these went off on the other side. Now, off video, I did have a little bit of problem with flashing. You got to make sure that when you do go and put your mold on top of the lead pot, that it doesn't crack open, because then we had a little bit of issue with that. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead, pop these out. And then we'll take a better look at them. Alright? Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead, take the sprue off real quick. Take your end cutters, knock it off. Then grab our file and just knock that burr off. Just slightly. Alright, just like that. Alright, so what's kind of cool about this jig is that it is tapered from the front. So, tapered to the front all the way back. So the back is wider than the front, which is pretty cool. Side you don't see it, but look how wide that back end is. So that is pretty awesome. So when it goes down, it goes straight down, so you can get into those brush piles where those crappies do live, where those brim live, or bluegill, or those bass, whatever you're fishing for. I'm pretty sure these would be great for walleye, perch, just whatever. So alright guys, we're gonna get another one done up here. Get this next one. I believe this is the next size. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look at those two colors, alright? So that's what we're going to do. Knock this down real nicely. Alright, so we'll get the colors over here and let's get them done up. Alright guys, got the disco silver right here. Gonna fluff it up real nice here, real quick. Pop the top. It is really tight on there. Good Lord, Protec. Or I'm just weak. Alright guys, turn this on. Should get some pliers here. Rusty set of pliers. It'll be real loud. A little disco sparkle. That'd be sweet. Take a look at that, guys. Oh yeah. Real hot. Alright, let's get on to the next one, alright? We got electric shad. shake it up, fluff it up. Alright, get it on the heat gun. 1, 2, 11. Alright, check that out. We got a little bit of eye hole that I need to get changed up, but that'll be nice. There's a little bit of blue into that. A little blue sheen. That'll be going great with that monkey milk. Real nice with that monkey milk. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making up a whole bunch of these. And I'm not going to let you guys sit through it and everything else and blah, 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 blah. And then go ahead and bake them and whatnot, give you guys a little look. And I might be throwing in some different colors and everything else, but then go ahead and bake them and go have you go through that process with me. And later on, maybe possibly after everything settles down and everything and whatnot, probably going to go out and take a look and try to fish them. So later on, I'll probably be making up some baits also to go with these for the crappie. And yeah, so but I'm gonna go ahead and make up a whole bunch of these up and show you guys later on of what I got done and everything else. So stay with me. All right. Alright guys, so what I did with these painted ones is use some of this candy pink, sorry, from ProTech, and you can pick these up on Do It. Everything here that I have, I'm going to be throwing up on the description of everything that I've used, the product number and everything, so, and the links to it too. So right now what I got here, use the pink, and then I used the Disco Silver, as you can see here, Disco Silver from ProTech also, to get that silver flake up on top here. I think it will be real nice. And then in a little bit here, I'll be throwing on some of these. I'm not going to bore you with how I do throw the eyes on. Basically what I do is just take these off and then use some of this the Loctite super glue, put that on there, and then throw the eyes on the here, and then take some of my, well, don't tell her, but take some of my wife's clear coat nail polish and put over top the eye to hold it longer. So we're gonna go ahead, throw some of these on, and after that, then we're gonna be done. All right guys, so that's all I got for you today and everything else. So that's the Bat Jig from Do It Molds. And everything here I have listed, everything I use, I'm gonna throw up on the link and everything. Everything's from Do It Molds and whatnot, so you can order from the website, and there's going to be links and everything there for you. So, but anyway, guys, also don't forget to like and subscribe also, and once I hit that 500 subscriber mark, I'll be sending out Plano box to somebody that I well, you know, computer chose the winner. So, and everything, so please like and subscribe. That video will be coming out once I hit that 500 subscriber mark, and I'll let everybody know what to do, and then the following video will be that selected winner for that Plano box. I have not chose what I'm going to be throwing in. I'm just going to quickly grab and make up everything of what I'm going to be making, and then I'll show you what I have on that Plano box. So please, everyone, like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I'll see you out on the river. See ya.